You know that feeling, don't you? It's not just a thought. It's a pull, a deep, visceral yearning that starts in the center of your chest or the pit of your stomach, a longing to move somewhere quiet and safe. It's the feeling you get when the world, or the world inside your own head, has become a crowded, noisy room with no exits. The voices are too loud, the lights are too bright, the demands are too sharp. And every cell in your being whispers the same plea: get me out of here. Take me somewhere the air is still, somewhere the walls aren't pressing in, somewhere I can hear my own heart again. It's more than a wish for a vacation. It's a soul's migration, an instinct toward survival. Because when the noise is constant, both outside and in, we start to fray. We forget what our own voice sounds like. We forget the taste of genuine quiet. And that forgetting is a kind of drowning. Hello, it's Sarah. Welcome to Nightform Stillness. However you arrived here, whether you're buzzed with the static of a frantic day or numb from the weight of a silent one, that yearning is your compass. It is not a sign of weakness, but of profound intelligence. Your being is telling you what it needs to survive, to remember itself: quiet, safety, space. But here is the first, gentle truth we must acknowledge together. You cannot always move your body. The responsibilities are here. The four walls are here. The life you've built is here. And that can make the yearning ache even more fiercely, because it feels trapped. It feels like a bird beating its wings against a glass pane, seeing the open sky, but unable to reach it. So tonight, we begin not with a geographical journey, but with an interior one. We are going to learn how to move your awareness to somewhere quiet and safe. Because while your body may be anchored, your conscious attention has wings. It can travel inward to landscapes of profound peace that are always accessible, always waiting, just beneath the surface of the noise. Think of your mind as a vast house. Right now, you might be standing in the front hall during a loud party. It's overwhelming. But this house has many rooms. There are rooms no one else knows about. A library with deep, silent armchairs. A sunroom at the back where the light is soft, and the only sound is the hum of bees in the garden. Tiny, windowless cellar room that is cool, dark, and utterly, profoundly still. Your work tonight is not to stop the party. It is simply to turn away from it, to walk down the inner hallway, away from the crowd and the chatter, and to find the door to one of those quiet rooms, to turn the handle, to step inside, and to close the door. It is an act of rebellion, a declaration that your sanity, your soul's equilibrium, is more important than the noise. It is you choosing to move, even when you feel stuck. So let's find the first door, get as comfortable as you can. Feel your body in space. Now, in your mind's eye, see a long, quiet hallway. It is dimly lit, peaceful. At the end of this hallway, there is a simple door. This is the door to the room of the breath. Your only instruction is to walk toward it. With each step in your imagination, feel yourself moving away from the buzz and clamor of the day. You are leaving it behind in the front hall. You are moving toward quiet. With each step, your breathing naturally begins to slow, to deepen. Now, place your hand on the doorknob. It's cool, smooth. Turn it, push the door open. Inside, the room is empty except for a single, comfortable chair in a pool of soft light. The walls are a soothing color. The air is still and clean. This room's only purpose is the rhythm of your breath. Sit in the chair. And now, just listen. Listen to the sound of your own breath moving in and out. Don't change it. Don't force it. Just follow it. In and out. The rise of your chest. The fall. This is the quietest, safest sound in the world. It is the sound of you alive beneath all the stories. It is your anchor. You have moved. You are now somewhere quiet and safe. The party may still be raging in the front hall, but here, in the room of the breath, there is only this gentle tide. You can stay here as long as you need. This is the beginning, the first migration. You have remembered you have the key. You know the way. And no one and nothing can ever take that from you. You found the room of the breath. You sat in the quiet and listened to the tide of your own life. And in that listening, something in you unclenched, just a little. The door to the party hall is closed. The noise is muffled, distant. Here there is space. And in that space, a new awareness often dawns. The quiet itself has layers. The first layer is the absence of external noise. But beneath that, there can be another kind of noise, the leftover rumble of the day, echoing in your body. A tightness in the jaw from words unspoken. A knot between the shoulders from burdens carried. A restless energy in the legs, ready to flee even in stillness. The quiet room is safe, yes. But to feel truly safe, the body must believe it. It must feel that it too is allowed to be here, that its tensions and tremors are welcome guests, not threats to the peace. So the second movement is this. We invite the body into the quiet. We don't just bring our attention to a safe place. We bring our flesh and blood. We help it disembark from the frantic vehicle of the day and settle onto the soft ground of the present moment. Because a mind can be quiet while a body is still at war. And that war is exhausting. Hello again. It's Sarah. We are going deeper into our interior sanctuary. We've left the noisy party. Now, we must welcome the weary traveler who just arrived, your own physical being. Return to your quiet room of the breath. Feel the rhythm, in and out. Now widen your attention from the breath, move to the feet. Feel them. Are they cold, warm, tense? Simply feel them as if you are greeting an old friend after a long journey. Whisper inwardly, "Hello, feet. You can rest here. Your walking is done for now." Move slowly up. Greet your ankles, your calves. You can soften. The weight is off you now. Greet your knees, your thighs. You can release. No need to brace or carry. Feel the weight of your legs sinking into the support of the chair, of the earth beneath the floor. You are allowing them to truly land. Move to your belly, the center of your vitality. Place a gentle hand there if you wish. This is where you hold the world. Feel the subtle, constant clutch. Breathe into that space, and on the exhale, imagine the clutch softening like a fist slowly opening. You are safe here. Nothing is required of you. Move to your chest, your heart center. This is where you feel everything. Notice what's here: a buzz of anxiety, a dull ache of sadness, a hollow space. Don't try to change it. Just lay your attention over it like a warm, lightweight blanket. It is okay to feel what you feel. You are held. Move to your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. These are the loyal soldiers, holding the posture of the day long after the battle is over. Thank them for their service. You can stand down now. The watch is over. Imagine them releasing, melting, like ice becoming water. Finally, greet your face, your brow, your eyes. You can stop looking. Stop focusing. The soft light is enough. You can simply be. This is a slow, loving inventory. You are not fixing your body. You are visiting it room by room and turning on the lights of your attention. You are showing it that this new place, this interior quiet, is not another demand, but a reprieve. You are helping it to trust the ceasefire. When the body begins to trust the quiet, a deeper level of silence emerges. It's the silence of unity, where mind and body are no longer at odds, but are resting together in the same safe harbor. The yearning to move somewhere quiet and safe starts to be satisfied, not by a change of location, but by this profound reunion within yourself. You have brought the whole fragile, wonderful caravan of your being inside the walls of the sanctuary. And now, together, you can truly rest, with the body welcomed, settled into the quiet room like a weary traveler finally home. A new depth of silence opens up. It's a silence you can almost hear, not as a lack of sound, but as a presence, a soft, humming stillness. And in this deeper quiet, you might notice the most persistent guest of all has followed you in, the mind's commentary, the quiet voice that says, "Is this it? Am I doing it right? I should be more relaxed." What about that thing I forgot to do? It's the manager trying to hold a meeting in the sanctuary. The planner trying to sketch a blueprint for the piece you're in. This is the third crucial migration, moving the mind from management to witness. We must guide our awareness away from the content of thought, the stories, the judgments, the lists, and toward the space in which thought happens. We move from being the frantic speaker at the podium to being the vast, silent auditorium that hosts the speech. The yearning for a quiet, safe place is often, at its core, a yearning for a mind that isn't a battleground, for the internal committee to adjourn, for the constant feedback loop of self-evaluation to finally switch off. This is where we claim that peace. Hello, you, it's Sarah. Tonight, we go to the quietest room in the house, the observatory. This is not a room for doing. It is a room for seeing. It has a vast, domed ceiling like the night sky, and in the center, a single, comfortable seat. From here, you do not engage. You observe. Return to your quiet sanctuary, your body at rest. Now, in your mind's eye, see a spiral staircase leading up from your peaceful room. It is lit by soft, indirect light. Climb it. At the top is a door. Open it and step into the observatory. It is circular, serene. The walls are dark, perhaps like a deep blue velvet, and seem to recede into infinity. You are not here to think. You are here to notice thoughts as they pass, like distant clouds crossing a vast sky, or like silent, slow-moving stars. Sit in the central seat, and now simply watch. A thought arises. My neck is still tight. Observe it. Don't argue with it. Don't try to fix your neck. Just note, a thought about tightness has appeared. See it as an object in the space of your awareness. Then let it drift on by, out of the dome. Another thought, this is nice. I hope I can remember this feeling tomorrow. Observe it. A thought about the future, tinged with hope and doubt, has appeared. Watch it cross the dome and vanish. You are practicing a fundamental shift. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices them. The thoughts are weather in the sky of your mind. In the observatory, you are not caught in the rain, you are sheltered, watching the storm pass with curiosity and without fear. From this vantage point, the mind grows quiet not because you've silenced it, but because you've stopped fueling its dramas with your identification. You've stopped believing every thought is a command, a truth, or an emergency. You see them as transient events, and in that seeing, they lose their power to agitate. The committee members, realizing no one is taking minutes, slowly stop talking. This is the deep safety you've been yearning for, safety from your own mind. The quiet you've wanted is not the absence of thought, but the liberation from being enslaved by it. So tonight, rest in the observatory. be the silent, boundless sky. Let the thoughts come and go. Your only job is to notice them with gentle, detached interest. You have moved to the quietest, safest place there is, the still center of your own witnessing presence. From here, everything is held, and nothing can disturb the profound peace of the observer. From the observatory, watching thoughts drift like silent, slow-moving constellations, a new quality of silence matures. It's not just the absence of mental noise. It becomes a positive presence, a gentle, humming aliveness. It's the silence of the forest floor, not empty, but teeming with unseen life and potential. In this rich quiet, the heart often speaks, not with words, but with a soft, magnetic pull, a longing that isn't for escape, but for connection, for sweetness, for beauty. This is the fourth migration, moving from quiet safety to sacred intimacy. We found a room safe from the storm. Now we light a candle. We make it a sanctuary, not just of retreat, but of reunion. We turn our attention from what we are safe from to what we are safe to feel. The deepest safety is not a fortress. It is a hearth. It's the place where you can finally feel the tender, vulnerable things, the soft ache of beauty, the whisper of gratitude, the simple, unadorned love for being alive, without fear of them being trampled by the next urgent thing. Your soul yearns for quiet, not just to stop hearing the shouts, but to finally hear its own whispers. Hello, you. It's Sarah. Tonight, we leave the observatory's detached view and descend into the chapel of the heart. This is the warm, softly lit room at the very center of your inner sanctuary. It is not for thinking or observing. It is for feeling, for being in gentle, direct relationship with the essence of life within you. Return to your quiet. Feel the stability of the witnessed mind, the settled body. Now imagine a different door in your sanctuary, perhaps at the back of the observatory, or leading off from the main quiet room. It is an arched, wooden door, warm to the touch. Open it. Inside, the air is warm and carries a faint, comforting scent like old books or beeswax or rain on dry earth. The light comes from a few scattered candles, their flames steady and calm. In the center of the room, there is nothing but a simple, worn cushion on the floor. Sit on the cushion. Place your hands gently in your lap, palms up, in a gesture of receiving. Now, ask your heart, not the physical organ, but the feeling center of your being, a single question. What would feel like beauty right now? Don't search for an answer. Just ask and wait in the quiet candlelight. Listen with your senses, not your thoughts. It might be the memory of a specific color, the exact blue of a twilight sky. might be the imagined feeling of cool, clean water over your hands. It might be the silent echo of a piece of music you love. It might be a sudden, warm appreciation for the loyalty of your own breath, still flowing after all this time. Whatever arises, don't analyze it. Don't turn it into a poem. Just let it be a felt sense of beauty in the room with you. Let it land in your open palms. Soak in its quality. Now, ask a second question. What would feel like kindness directed toward myself? Again, wait. The answer might be an image of you wrapping yourself in a soft blanket. It might be the inner action of forgiving yourself for a small mistake. It might simply be the feeling of your own hand resting gently over your heart. In this chapel, you are not seeking peace through detachment. You are cultivating it through intimate, gentle relationship with the deepest, softest parts of your own experience. You are moving to a place that is quiet, safe, and alive with feeling. You are proving to yourself that you can hold profound tenderness without it breaking you, that, in fact, this tenderness is the source of your true strength. Rest here in this intimate quiet. Let the candlelight hold you. You have moved beyond safety into sanctuary. You are not hiding from the world, you are communing with the sacred world within. And from this communion, a quiet, unshakable joy begins to glow, softer than a candle flame, warmer than any fire. It is the joy of being at home in your own heart. In the chapel of the heart, bathed in the quiet glow of felt beauty and self-kindness, something within you settles to a profound depth. The sanctuary feels complete. The quiet is rich. The safety is palpable. And yet, a new, subtle awareness may surface. It is the awareness of the sanctuary itself. The one who found the rooms, who walked the halls, who lit the candle. The silent architect of this piece. You have been so focused on moving to a quiet place, on inhabiting it, that you haven't fully met the one who made the journey possible. This is the fifth and most fundamental migration, moving from being in the sanctuary to being the sanctuary. We turn our attention from the beautiful, quiet rooms we have found and toward the boundless, aware space that contains them all. We realize we are not just a visitor finding refuge inside ourselves. We are the refuge. The quiet, safe place is not a location within you. It is the very substance of what you are. The yearning to move somewhere quiet and safe has been, all along, the soul's homing signal. It wasn't pointing to a geographical location or even a psychological state. It was pointing you back to your true nature, aware presence itself. This presence is inherently quiet. It makes no noise, and inherently safe. It cannot be harmed. It is the canvas upon which all the pictures of your life, the noisy, the peaceful, the painful, the joyful, are painted. And the canvas is untouched by the paintings. Hello, you, it's Sarah. Tonight, we take the final inward step. We leave behind even the most beautiful rooms and rest as the foundation. The silent, unchanging ground upon which the entire sanctuary is built. Settle into your quiet. Acknowledge the rooms you visited, the breath, the body's rest, the observatory, the chapel. Feel gratitude for them. Now imagine them all gently dissolving. The walls turn to mist. The lights soften and fade. The chairs, the cushions, the candles all dissolve into a soft gray haze. What remains? Not an empty void, but a vast, open, aware space. Feel this space. It has no edges. It has no qualities of its own. It is not dark or light, warm or cool. It is simply capacity. It is the knowing presence that has been witnessing every step of this journey. It is what was aware of the noisy yearning, what discovered the quiet rooms, what felt the beauty in the chapel. This is you, not the you with a name and a history, but the you that is prior to all stories. The conscious awareness reading these words. Try to find its center. You can't. Try to find its boundary. You can't. It is boundless, silent, and utterly at home in itself. This is the ultimate quiet, safe place. It is not somewhere you go. It is what you are. From this recognition, a deep, effortless relaxation occurs. The seeking ends. The migration is complete. You are not a traveler who has found a home. You are the home that has been patiently waiting for the traveler to stop and recognize it. Rest as this foundational awareness. Let everything else, sensations, sounds, memories, be like birds flying through this vast, open sky. They do not disturb the sky. The sky holds them all with infinite space and perfect peace. You have arrived, not by moving somewhere, but by ceasing to move away from what has always been here. You are the quiet. You are the safety. And now you can rest truly and completely as the love that holds your own existence. This is the end of the journey and the beginning of living from this unshakable knowing. Resting as the foundational awareness, the boundless, silent space that is your true nature, is the deepest peace. It is the end of seeking. But the human experience is a dance of form and formlessness. The awareness is formless, silent, unchanging. Yet within it, the beautiful temporary forms of your life continue to arise. The breath, the body, the tender heart, the observing mind. To live fully, we don't abandon the sanctuary we've built within. We learn to inhabit it as the foundation. we bring the wisdom of the boundless space into the specific, beloved rooms. This is the sixth integration, becoming a conscious inhabitant. You are no longer a frantic refugee seeking shelter. You are not even a detached witness in an observatory. You are the wise, loving presence that willingly inhabits the breath, blesses the body, holds the heart's feelings, and watches the mind's weather, all from the unshakable knowing that you are the space in which it all happens. You move from being in the quiet place to living from the quiet place. Imagine the sanctuary is now complete. You know every room. You know the foundation beneath it all. Now you get to live there. You wake up in the morning not in the noisy front hall, but in the room of the breath. You move through your day from the observatory's calm perspective when stress arises. You retreat to the chapel of the heart when you need comfort. And at any moment, you can remember you are the foundation, the silent, safe space, and everything settles. Hello, you. It's Sarah. Tonight, we practice this conscious inhabitance. We weave the realization of our true nature into the fabric of our human experience. Let's take a gentle tour. Close your eyes. Rest first as the foundational awareness, the vast, silent space. Now, from this space, allow your attention to gently form the room of the breath. Feel the breath happening within the vast space you are. The breath is a gentle movement in the stillness. You are the stillness, aware of the breath. There is no separation. From this same foundation, form the sense of your body at rest. Feel the body's weight and warmth as a constellation of sensations appearing in the vast space of you. You are the space, holding these sensations with tender neutrality. Now, from your foundation, remember the observatory. Let your awareness take the quality of gentle, detached observation. A thought arises. You are the space, watching the thought form drift by. You are not in the observatory. You are the observant quality of the foundation itself. Finally, from your foundation, open the chapel of the heart. Let a feeling arise, gratitude perhaps, for this moment of peace. You are the vast space, intimately experiencing this warm feeling. The feeling is not separate from you. It is a modulation of your own loving awareness. This is conscious inhabitance. You are not jumping between rooms. You are the one house, aware of its different qualities. The foundation is always present, and the rooms are its natural expressions. From this integrated place, the yearning to move somewhere quiet and safe transforms. It becomes a gentle, instant remembering. When the world is loud, you don't think, I need to escape. You simply notice, the noise is loud in the front hall. Let me rest back as the foundation. And in that instant, you are home, You carry the sanctuary with you because you are the sanctuary, consciously choosing which aspect of your wholeness to express in each moment. So tonight, rest as this integrated being. You are the silence and the breath, the space and the sensation, the love and the felt heart. There is no conflict, only a seamless, peaceful wholeness. You have not just found a safe place, you have become a living sanctuary, and your entire life is the sacred ground upon which you walk. There is a stillness that comes from this integration, from being the conscious inhabitant of your own wholeness. It is a practical stillness, a functional peace. You know the way home, and you can return in a breath. Yet, life is not static. The world turns. New demands arise. Old wounds can be tenderly brushed in the course of a day. And so, a new skill must be honed, born from the safety you've become. The art of momentary return. Not the grand migration of a soul seeking asylum, but the subtle, immediate pivot of attention. A single step sideways out of the noise and back into the quiet room that is your own being. This is not about achieving a permanent state of detachment. It is about cultivating a reflex of grace. When a harsh word lands, instead of the whole inner world reverberating with the shock, you feel the sting, and in the very same moment, you feel the vast, silent foundation beneath the sting. You are hurt, and you are the space that holds the hurt. One does not cancel the other, they coexist. But by knowing you are the space, the hurt loses its power to define the entirety of your reality. Think of it as a sanctuary with a revolving door. You don't need to check in for the night. You can slip in for a single, cleansing breath. You can touch the door frame of the chapel for a spark of kindness. You can glance up at the observatory's dome to remember you are not your reactive thoughts. This is moving somewhere quiet and safe on the scale of a heartbeat. So let's practice this micro-migration. Think of a minor, lingering friction from your day, a small irritation that's still buzzing faintly, a slight worry about tomorrow. Don't delve into its story. Now, feel the friction as a sensation, a tightness, a buzz, a weight. First, acknowledge the guest. Ah, this tension is here. Now pivot. In the very next moment, don't try to change the tension. Instead, feel for what is aware of the tension. Drop your attention from the content, the tightness, to the context, the aware space in which tightness is known. Feel the foundation. Even for a half second, rest as that aware space. The vast, silent room that makes room for the tension. In that half second, you have moved. You have stepped out of the cramped closet of the problem and into the open hall of your true nature. Return enriched. Now, look back at the tension from this slightly roomier perspective. Has its quality changed? Often, it softens or simply feels more manageable because it is no longer everything. It is something held in the everything. This is the practice of sovereignty. You are no longer at the mercy of every passing weather system in your psyche. You have a shelter, and you know how to step into it instantly. The yearning for a quiet place becomes less a longing and more a trusted instinct, a homing pigeon within your consciousness, always knowing the way back to the rafters of peace. This ability to return moment by moment is what makes the sanctuary real. It's not a weekend retreat, it's your primary residence. You live there, and when you go out into the busy marketplace of life, you never lose the key. It is your own breath, your own attention, your own remembering heart. This art of the momentary return, the quick step sideways into the foundation of your being, begins to rewire a lifetime of habit. Where once a stressor would trigger a cascade of mental noise and physical clenching, now there is a tiny, potent pause, a sliver of space. And in that space, a new question can arise, not from the frantic mind, but from the quiet foundation itself. The question is, how does the sanctuary wish to meet this? This is the 8th evolution, from seeking refuge to expressing refuge. The quiet, safe place is no longer just a hideaway. It is a quality of intelligence, a kind of inner compass. It begins to inform your actions, your words, your choices in the world. You start to live from the sanctuary, not just for it. Before, you might have reacted to a difficult person with matching sharpness, or to a demanding task with grim endurance. Your actions came from the noisy front hall of reaction. Now, from the foundation, you might find yourself responding with a clarity that is both calm and firm, or approaching the task with a focused ease that comes from not being internally at war with it. The sanctuary's qualities, peace, clarity, compassion, patience, begin to seep out through your pores. You become a mobile zone of quiet safety, not just for yourself, but subtly for your environment. This is not about becoming passive or overly serene. It is about your actions gaining a new kind of authority because they are no longer fueled by fear, lack, or the desperate need for external approval. They are sourced from a full cup, from the deep well of your own settled being. So, let's practice sourcing from the sanctuary. Bring to mind a small, upcoming interaction or task for tomorrow. Something neutral, like a routine errand or a basic work assignment. Now, instead of planning how you'll handle it from your old, strategic mind, do this. One rest as the foundation. Take 3 breaths, resting as the vast, silent, aware space. Be the open sky. 2. Ask from the sky. From this open sky, gently hold the thought of that upcoming moment. Ask, what quality from the sanctuary is needed here? Listen not with your thinking mind, but with your felt sense. Does it call for clarity from the observatory? Does it call for gentleness from the chapel? Does it call for steadiness from the room of the breath? Does it call for compassionate release from the body's rest? 3. Receive the quality. Let that quality, clarity, gentleness, steadiness, fill your awareness. Feel it as a tone, a color, a texture in your body. 4. Imagine it in action. Briefly, imagine moving through that future moment imbued with this quality. See how it might change your posture, your tone of voice, your inner experience of the task. You are not deciding what to do. You are aligning with the energy from which all right action flows. You are letting the sanctuary, your deepest self, prescribe the atmosphere of your engagement. This is how the interior migration transforms your exterior life. You stop trying to drag your peaceful self into a chaotic world. You start allowing your peaceful self to meet the world, and in the meeting, something in the world, or at least your experience of it, softens. You carry the quiet with you. You are the safe place you longed for, and now you are sharing its climate, one conscious breath, one chosen response at a time. Living from the sanctuary, allowing its qualities to inform your moments, creates a new rhythm. A rhythm of return and expression, of inward depth and outward grace. And in the harmony of this rhythm, something else becomes quietly evident. The sanctuary is self-sustaining. It generates its own light, its own warmth. The love in the chapel fuels the patience in the observatory. The steadiness of the breath feeds the clarity of the foundation. It is an ecosystem of peace. This realization brings the final, gentle release of the seeker's last concern. What if I lose it? What if the noise swallows me again and I forget the way back? From the vantage point of this inner ecosystem, that fear is seen for what it is, a ghost from an old story. You are no longer a visitor who might be locked out. You are the land itself. The weather may change, storms of emotion, fog of confusion, but the land remains. And you know the land now. You know its every quiet contour. This is the 9th stage, the end of maintenance. You stop tending to your peace as if it were a fragile seedling that could be crushed by a heavy boot. You begin to relate to it as a climate, your internal climate. And while you can choose to step out into a mental storm, you can no longer confuse the storm with the sky. The sky, the foundational awareness, is now a known, abiding fact of your existence. You don't maintain the sky. You simply know it's there. With this knowing, a deep, effortless trust roots itself in your belly. The frantic energy of spiritual upkeep dissolves. There is no more, I must meditate, or I'll lose my peace. There is simply the natural turning inward, as natural as breathing, because it feels like home. There is no more, I shouldn't feel this anger, only the observatory's gentle watchfulness over the anger and the foundation's vast space holding it. So, let's practice this trust, this cessation of maintenance. Sit quietly. Let go of any intention to achieve a certain state. Let go of monitoring your breath, watching your thoughts, or cultivating any quality. Simply be. Now, notice what happens. Does the breath continue? Of course. Does awareness remain? Undeniably. Do sensations come and go? Yes. You are not doing any of it. It is all happening within the aware space that you are. The sanctuary runs itself. The breath room breathes itself. The observatory witnesses itself. The chapel feels itself. And the foundation is none of it and all of it. Your only role is to not interfere, to not insist that peace look a certain way or that quiet be absolute, to allow the ecosystem to be exactly as it is in this moment, knowing that its inherent intelligence is towards balance, towards wholeness, toward the quiet pulse of life itself. This is the ultimate safety, the trust that you are built for peace, that your true nature is orientated toward harmony, just as a plant is orientated toward light. You don't need to force the plant to grow. You just need to remove the rocks and give it sun. You have, in these stages, removed many of the rocks of resistance and ignorance. Now you can rest in the sun of your own being and trust the growth to happen on its own wise schedule. Rest now in this profound trust. Let go of the steering wheel. The sanctuary is not a car you must drive. It is the landscape through which you are effortlessly moving. You are home, and home knows how to take care of itself. And so, we arrive here, at the silent, open center of the circle. We began with a yearning so visceral it was a pull in the chest, a need to move somewhere quiet and safe. We end not with a destination reached, but with a recognition so complete it dissolves the very concept of the journey. The quiet, safe place was not a location on a map of your mind. It was never a room to find, but the fundamental material of your being. The awareness that reads these words is itself the quiet. The love that greeted your own heart is itself the safety. The migration is over because you have realized you were never in transit. You were the landscape all along. The yearning itself was the voice of the landscape, calling you to stop searching and simply be what you are. The noisy front hall, the observatory, the chapel, the foundation, these were not separate places, but facets of a single, brilliant jewel, your own conscious presence. From this realization, life is not about protecting a fragile piece. It is about expressing an unshakable one. You will move through your days, now not as a guardian of a sacred inner chamber, but as a walking embodiment of the sanctuary itself. Your clarity will be the observatory in action. Your compassion will be the chapel made visible. Your steady breath in a moment of pressure will be the room of the breath, door wide open. And beneath it all, in every moment, the silent, vast foundation, your true nature, will be the ground upon which you stand, utterly unmoved and completely at home. This is the integration that leaves nothing behind. The noisy world is not the enemy. It is the field of your expression. The difficult feelings are not threats. They are honored guests in your boundless house. The yearning to move somewhere quiet and safe transforms into the quiet, safe action of moving through the world as a whole being. If this journey from desperate seeking to abiding wholeness has been a sanctuary for you, you can help this space hold the door open for others. Please consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you add your voice to this quiet chorus, a signal that helps others tune into their own frequency of peace. And if a moment here felt like a mirror showing you your own true face, please share it. Share it with someone who is in the thick of the yearning, who feels there is no safe place to land. Your share might be the gentle reminder that the landing is not a place to find, but a presence to become. The quiet they seek is the awareness with which they read these words. The safety they long for is the love that already holds their existence. Thank you, not for listening, but for being the stillness that listened. This is Sarah. The quiet, safe place you longed for is you. It always was. Go in peace, not as someone who found a refuge, but as the living refuge itself, knowing its own nature at last. Good night.